All NEET aspirants, welcome to NEET Login. Happy Independence Day. As far as 2013 botany paper concerned, the NEET botany paper concerned, out of 90 questions, 45 contributed from botany. As a weightage it is 180 marks. In that 45 questions, 44 are from NCERT and periphery, one question it is out of NCERT. So, better to focus on NCERT textual content, in between the lines, the images, the words, paragraphs to get a hold on the topic. That makes it to recollect this information without any confusion to crack the NEET. Question number 1, the plant body is thalloidine. Thallus, it is a simple plant body without differentiation into root, stem and leaves. Such a simple plant body thallus seen in case of algae and fungi, which are thallophytes. And in case of bryophyte, in liverworts, liver shaped lobes, Rhexia and Marchantia, it is a thalloid form. All thalloid forms are not thallophytes, somewhat complex than algae and fungi, which is dorsiventral, attached to the soil by means of rhizoids in case of Marchantia. In case of Funaria and Sphagnum, which are gametophores, the gametophyte is adult, erect gametophyte, leafy gametophyte is gametophore. And in case of Salvinia, it is a pteridophytic fern, it is a free floating hydrophyte, in which the first leaf considered to be performing photosynthesis, and second leaf which helps in the buoyancy, that is helps in floating, and third leaf, the submerged leaf, dissected and behaves like a root for absorption of water in case of Salvinia. So, thalloid plant body in case of the option Marchantia is the right option, that is fourth option. Question number 2, which one of the following is true for fungi? In first option they are phagotrophs. Phagotrophs are organisms, they obtain food by phagocytosis, that is engulfing of food by the cells like protozoans, slime molds, that is phagocytosis, and the organisms which are phagotrophs. So, fungi do not belong to that category. And second option, they lack rigid cell wall. The fungi having a rigid cell wall, it is chitin, nitrogen based polysaccharidic material, the chitin present in the fungi, that is wrong. They are heterotrophs, yes, all the fungi which are heterotroph, parasite, saprophyte, even it is symbionts. They lack nuclear membrane, that is wrong. The fungi which are eukaryotes, the nuclear material surrounded by nuclear membrane, but it is heterotrophs. So, right option it is third option, they are heterotrophs. Question number 3, specialized cells for fixing atmospheric nitrogen in nostoc are. The first option it is echinate, the thick walled asexual spores formed in vegetative cells, what do you call it is echinate. And second option heterosis, specialized cells meant for fixing atmospheric nitrogen as it protects the dinitrogenase enzyme, that enzyme is highly versatile enzyme. It is inactivated under anaerobic condition, protected in heterocyst in some blue green algae like Anabaena and nostoc. And third, Harmogonia, the filamentous cyanobacteria, unless normal cyanobacteria, the filamentous cyanobacteria lacks heterocyst as well as the echinates, and which exhibits gliding movement by ejecting polysaccharidic slime. It is without cilia or it is the flagella. And fourth option it is nodules. Nodules which are present in case of Fabaceae member, which is inhabited with rhizobium, that helps in nitrogen fixation. So, right option it is second option, that is heterocyst. Question number 4, the common characteristics between tomato and potato will be maximum at the level of the air. Tomato Lycopersicum esculentum and potato Solanum tuberosum. In hierarchy of the classification, there are 7 obligatory categories: species, genus, family, order, class, division and kingdom. If you go from species to the kingdom, species diversity increases, but specificity decreases, and related species are placed in the genus and related genera placed in the family. So, tomato and potato share common characteristics at the level it is, the taxon it is, the family. So, right option it is the second option. Question number 5. What is common in all the three, Funaria, Dryopteris and Ginkgo? Funaria is a bryophyte, Dryopteris is a pteridophytic fern and Ginkgo it is the gymnosperm. And in case of embryophytes, the bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperm, in which the zygote act as a mitocyte, and first time zygote act as a mitocyte, and first embryophytes which are the bryophytes. And in case of the tracheophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperm having xylem and phloem. So, all tracheophytes are embryophytes, but all embryophytes are not tracheophyte, because the bryophyte is a embryophyte, it is without xylem and phloem. And in case of archegoniates, bryophyte, pteridophyte and gymnosperm. And the primitive archegoniates, the first archegoniates, the first embryophytes which are bryophytes, and a last archegoniates which are gymnosperms. And in first option, independent sporophyte, the independent sporophytes are present in pteridophytes, gymnosperm, angiosperms. And presence of archegonia, archegoniates having this archegonium, bryophyte, pteridophyte and gymnosperm. Well developed vascular tissues which are tracheophyte, that is pteridophyte, gymnosperm and angiosperm. The primitive tracheophytes which are pteridophytes, and spermatophytic tracheophyte is gymnosperm, and spermatophytic, tracheophytic and fruit bearing plant it is angiosperm. And independent gametophyte, first time gametophyte became independent in algae. In bryophyte also gametophyte it is independent. In pteridophyte, gametophyte as well as sporophyte it is independent. And in case of gymnosperm, angiosperm, gametophytes are very much reduced and dependent on sporophyte. So, right option it is the presence of archegonia, the Funaria, Dryopteris and Ginkgo having female sex organ, the female gametangium, archegonium present. So, which are archegoniates. So, right option it is second option. Question number 6. Which one of the following is wrongly matched? First option, nostoc water blooms, that is right. The nostoc blue green algae, there is a luxuriant growth of the blue green algae in eutrophicated lakes which forms a green mat, what do you call it is water blooms. Second option, Spirogyra motile gametes. In Spirogyra, non-flagellated isogametes are present, but not it is the motile gametes, that is wrong. Sargassum, it is a member of the brown algae, that is Phaeophyceae, it is having chlorophyll C, that is right, it is having both chlorophyll A as well as chlorophyll C. And fourth, Basidiomystis puffball, yes it is right, Lycopteridon puffball that belongs to Basidiomystis. Right option it is second option, Spirogyra motile gametes. Question number 7. Among flowers of Calotropis, tulips, Sesbania, asparagus, colchicum, sweet pea, petunia, indigofera, mustard, soybean, tobacco and groundnut, how many plants have corolla with the valvate estivation? Calotropis, the tulip, asparagus, the colchicum, petunia, the mustard, tobacco, the corolla, the petals having valvate estivation. Total it is the 7. And Sesbania, sweet pea, indigofera, soya bean, groundnut that belongs to Fabaceae, it exhibits vexillary estivation in corolla, that is descending imbricate estivation in case of corolla. Odd petal in this it is vexillum. Two lateral petals, what do you call it, the wings, and to anterior pair of the petals it is the keel or carena which is boat shaped, enclosing essential organ. So, overlapping from posterior to anterior, that is descending imbricate estivation, papyrinaceous corolla, vexillary estivation, all refers to the corolla of the Fabaceae. So, right option it is the third option. Question number 8. How many plants among China rose, ocimum, sunflower, mustard, alstonia, guava, calotropis and nerium, that is oleander, having opposite phyllotaxy? In China rose, mustard and sunflower, it is having alternate phyllotaxy, otherwise what do you call the spiral phyllotaxy? At each node only one leaf it is present. And in whorled phyllotaxy, alstonia, nerium and hydrilla, it is having more than 2 leaves at each node, what do you call it, is whorled, or otherwise it is the cyclic phyllotaxy. And in ocimum, guava and calotropis, the 2 leaves present at each node which are opposite to each other, the type of the phyllotaxy, it is the opposite phyllotaxy. So, right option it is the second option, ocimum, guava and calotropis. Question number 9. In cymose inflorescence, the main axis. In cymose inflorescence, the main axis terminates into flower. So, further growth it is arrested. So, the growth it is very limited. So, first option terminates in flower, that is right. Second option has unlimited growth. Unlimited growth of the peduncle is the characteristic feature of it is racemose inflorescence, where the axis of the peduncle do not terminates in flower. Third option bears solitary flower. Cymose inflorescence bears solitary flower in case of solitary cyme, in 3 flowers in case of the simple cyme, and cymose inflorescence even it is branched, that is helicoid cyme as well as scorpioid cyme, monocacial cyme, dicacial cyme and polycacial cyme. So, in this every case the main axis terminates into flower. Fourth option has unlimited growth, but lateral branches end in flowers. Unlimited growth is the feature of only it is racemose inflorescence. The right option it is the first option. Question number 10. Which of the following statement is not true for stomatal apparatus? As stomatal apparatus, it is having the pore, the God cell and subsidiary cell all constitute the stomatal apparatus or stomatal complex. In first option, inner wall of the God cell are thick. Yes, inner wall of the God cell is thick and elastic towards the pore, as an outer walls it is the thin and elastic. Second, God cells are invariably possess the chloroplast and mitochondria. Yes, the God cells are green in color due to presence of the chloroplast. The God cells perform photosynthesis and regulate the opening and closure of the stomata. Third, God cells are always surrounded by subsidiary cell, not is always surrounded by subsidiary cells. Sometimes the few epidermal cell adjacent to the God cell which are subsidiary cell, or it is called accessory cells, that is wrong. Fourth option, stomata are involved in gaseous exchange. A stomata are concerned with transpiration as well as gaseous exchange. So, right option it is third option. Question number 11. Meristematic tissue responsible for increasing girth of the tree trunk is. Increasing girth of the tree trunk is nothing but secondary growth. In secondary growth, the meristems involved in secondary growth, it is the lateral meristem. A primary lateral meristem, which is a cylindrical meristem responsible for secondary growth, is intrafascicular cambium. At secondary meristem responsible for secondary growth, it is the Fallosian and interfascicular cambium. So, the Fallosian interfascicular cambium and intrafascicular cambium which are lateral meristems, and primary growth by apical meristems, that is root apical meristem, shoot apical meristem as well as intercalary meristems. All primary meristems involved in primary growth, that is going to be wrong, because intrafascicular cambium is also a primary meristem responsible for secondary growth. All primary growth contributing meristems are apical, that is also going to be the wrong, because apical meristems as well as intercalary meristems which are involved in primary growth. So, right option it is third option. Inflorescence is racemose in. In racemose inflorescence, growth of the peduncle it is indefinite, because ternal bud unmodified. On indefinite peduncle, bracteate pedicellate flowers arranged in acropetal manner, and this racemose inflorescence seen in these members of the Fabaceae. The first option soya bean, as soya bean belongs to the Fabaceae, it exhibit racemose inflorescence, and in brinjal it is the Solanaceae, it exhibit the cymose inflorescence, and tulip and aloe which also belongs to, that is Liliaceae, which do not exhibit racemose inflorescence. So, racemose inflorescence exhibited by soya bean, that is the first option. Question number 13. During the metaphase stage of mitosis, spindle fibers attached to chromosomes at sites of implantation of the spindle fibers in centromere or kinetochores. The two protein discs on either side of the centromere, what do you call it, is the kinetochores. So, spindle fibers are attached to the kinetochore. In chromosome, in parent chromosome, as it is having the two chromatids, one centromere and two kinetochores. In daughter chromosome, it is having one chromatid, one centromere and it is one kinetochore. So, the attachment places for spindle fibers it is the kinetochores. So, right option it is second option. Question number 14. Uridine present only in RNA is a. In nucleic acid, nitrogen based types which are 5 types: adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine and it is uracil. And nitrogen base linked to the sugar and it forms the nucleoside, whether deoxyribose sugar or ribose sugar. So, number of nucleosides in nucleic acid which are 8: DNA nucleosides, RNA nucleosides, and nucleoside attached to the phosphate that forms nucleotide. Number of nucleotides in nucleic acid which are 8: DNA nucleotides 4, RNA nucleotides 4, and adenine is a nitrogen base, adenosine is a nucleoside, adenylic acid it is a nucleotide, guanine nitrogen base, guanosine nucleoside, guanidinic acid it is nucleotide, and cytosine it is nitrogen base, cytidine is nucleoside, cytidylic acid nucleotide, uracil is a nitrogen base, uridine it is nucleoside, uridylic acid it is nucleotide. So, the uracil present in RNA, that is absent in case of the DNA. In DNA, thymine present instead of it is uracil, and the uracil differs with thymine by lacking what it is the methyl group, and uridine present only in RNA is a, the first option it is a pyrimidine, pyrimidine which are thymine and cytosine as well as it is uracil, but uracil is a nitrogen base, uridine is a nucleoside. Second option nucleoside, that is right option. Question number 15. The term glycocalyx is used for. In bacteria, the cell envelope it is a trilayered tight structure that constitute the glycocalyx, the cell wall and cell membrane. And this glycocalyx is external to the cell wall that differs in composition and thickness. If glycocalyx is loose, thin, what do you call it is the slime. Glycocalyx it is thick, tough, what do you call it is the capsule. And the envelope having the function it is the protection, and individually the glycocalyx, the cell wall, cell membrane having their own individual functions. So, right option it is the first option, layer surrounding the cell wall of the bacteria. Question number 16, which of the following type of the plastid does not contain stored food material? Plastids are the organelles concerned with the synthesis and storage of the food material. The plastid store food material, what do you call it is the leucoplast. The plastid concerned with synthesis of the food material, what do you call it is the chloroplast. And the plastid concerned with imparting the color to the petals, seed coat, fruit walls, it is the chromoplast. And leucoplast storing proteins, what do you call it is eleuroplast. Starch, amyloplast, oils, elaioplast. So, right option it is the amyloplast, elaioplast, eleuroplast which are concerned with storage of the food material, and chromoplast which are concerned with imparting color to the plant pods in which it is present, like petal, seed coat, fruit wall, that helps in pollination and dispersal of fruits and seeds. So, right option it is second option. Question number 17. During meiosis 1, the chromosomes start pairing at. So, meiosis 1 is purely a reductional division. In this, prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1, and prophase 1 is subdivided into leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin and diakinesis. First option, in leptotin, maternal paternal chromosomes are grouped at one point. What do you call it is the bouquet stage. And there is a gradual visibility of the chromosomes in leptotin throughout the leptotin stage, because compactation is continuous throughout the leptotin stage. Second, the zygotin, and pairing of the chromosomes, that is maternal and paternal chromosome occur in zygotin. What do you call as a selective pairing? It is synapsis. It results in a homologous pair. What do you call it is bivalent or a tetrad. And tetrad stage, that is with the 4 chromatids, are clearly visible in case of the next stage, that is the pachytin. So, synapsis occurs in the zygotin, that is the pairing. Third, pachytin, long lasting stage, very important stage, recombination occurs in pachytin. The enzyme recombinase activity in pachytin. And fourth, the diplotin. The diplotin is antithetical to zygotin. In case of the zygotin, synapsis occur. In case of the diplotin, desynapsis occur. A disintegration of synaptonymal complex, repulsion start in diplotin. And right option it is second option, zygotin. Question number 18. Which two distinct microbial process responsible for release of fixed nitrogen as dinitrogen gas to the atmosphere? Nitrogen cycle, it is a both anabolic as well as catabolic process. The flow of nitrogen from atmosphere to the soil, soil to the atmosphere due to the activity of the plant, microbes as well as it is animal. In anabolic process, molecular nitrogen is utilized in the fixation of ammonia, which is utilized in the formation of amino acid, then protein. And the breakdown of the protein, amino acid, the ammonia and release of for it is the nitrogen. And in this nitrogen cycle, first option, anaerobic ammonium oxidation, that is oxidation of ammonia to nitrite and nitrate. Oxidation of ammonia to nitrite in presence of nitrosomonas or nitrococcus or both. Nitrite undergoes oxidation to become nitrate in presence of nitrobacter. These nitrates are absorbed by the plant, the roots, and transported to the leaves, where they are converted into ammonia, they are converted into amine group of amino acid. And under anaerobic condition, the nitrite and nitrate of the present in the soil again got reduced to molecular nitrogen. The flow back of nitrogen from soil to the atmosphere, what do you call denitrification. And the bacteria involved in denitrification, it is Pseudomonas denitrificans, Thiobacillus denitrificans. So, denitrification is a reduction process. The fertility of the soil, it is reduced by denitrification, and product of denitrification become the raw material for nitrogen fixation. So, right option it is the first option. Question number 19. The viability of the seed is tested by the capability of the seed to germinate and develop into the seedling. What do you call it? Is the seed viability. And for quick estimation of germination, the seed analyst used tetrazolium salt. It stains all the tissues of the seed, that is the embryo turns red color. So, he is going to analyze whether it is capable of the germination or not, instead of going for what it is germination test. And very few seeds lose viability within months, and majority of the seeds remain viable for hundreds and thousands of years. And Lupin orchiticus, that is member of the Fabaceae, is an ornamental plant that loses viability after 10,000 years. That means it remain viable even after 10,000 years, capable of germination. And Phoenix dactylifera, it is excavated recently from King Herod Palace, and in this from Dead Sea, in this it remain viable for 2000 years. So, in first option saffronine, the tissues which are stained, the xylem and phloem, saffronine along with the fast green which are used, and xylem turns red color and phloem turns the green color. So, right option it is third option 2,3,5 triphenyl tetrazolium chloride. And it is only the question that is out of NCERT in 2013. Question number 20. The pineapple which is under natural condition is difficult to blossom has been made to produce the fruits throughout the year by the application of. In first option IAA, indole acetic acid and indole butyric acid, which are applied to the base of the cut end of the stem, which results in the formation of the adventitious roots, which helps in easy transplantation. And second option NAA, naphthalene acetic acid and 2,4-D, so which are used for flowering in case of the pineapple. So, second option is the right option. Question number 21. Which of the following element is a constituent of biotin? Biotin is a nicotinic acid that acts as a coenzyme for many enzymes in protein synthesis as well as fatty acid metabolism, in case of the Krebs cycle, which is having the sulfur. So, right option it is the first option. Question number 22. Bundle sheath cells. In C4 plant, Cronje anatomy present. In Cronje anatomy, bundle sheath cells which are agranule wreath-like, it is compactly arranged, and the wall it is the thick and it is impervious to the gases. In C4 plant, primary carboxylation occur in mesophyll cells, that is the enzyme it is the pepcase, and it is having affinity for only carbon dioxide, that is why it is the fastest enzyme. And secondary carboxylation occur in bundle sheath cell, the enzyme it is Rubisco, and Rubisco having affinity for carbon dioxide as well as oxygen. But in bundle sheath cell, the oxidative decarboxylation of the malic acid builds more amount of the CO2. So, Rubisco never act as oxygenase in case of bundle sheath cell. So, photorespiration it is absent. So, because rubisco, no activity of rubisco as oxygenase, it acts as only carboxylase because of more amount of CO2 available. The internal CO2 available in case of bundle sheath cell is by oxidative decarboxylation of pyruvic acid. So, in mesophyll cell primary CO2 acceptor is PEP, in bundle sheath cell it is RUBP. In mesophyll cells primary carboxylation product it is oxaloacetic acid. In bundle sheath cell the secondary carboxylation product it is phosphoglyceric acid. So, two types of the carboxylation which are spatially separated in case of C4 plant. That is why C4 plants are highly evolved than C3 plants. And water conservation is high in C4 plants is attributable to phosphoenol pyruvic carboxylase. Because tomata need not have to be kept open for long time, because the PEP case having high affinity for only the carbon dioxide. So, it quickly absorbs this carbon dioxide. And right option it is the first option are rich in rubisco. Question number 23, which one of the following statement is correct? First option, geitonogamy involves the pollen and stigma of the flowers of the different plants, that is wrong. Pollen transferred from one flower to other flower present on the same plant, it is the geitonogamy. And in this the pollinating agent it is required. Second, cleistogamous flowers are always autogamous. Yes, cleistogamous flowers always autogamous. There is pollinator is not at all, it is required, and 100% self pollination occurs in case of cleistogamy. So, cleistogamous flowers are invariably it is bisexual. Third, xenogamy occurs only by wind pollination. Xenogamy occurs between the two flowers present on the two plants, and it is by wind pollination or water pollination or it is the animal pollination. Chasmogamous flowers do not open at all. Chasmogamous flowers, the pollination opened flower, it is the chasmogamy. So, right option it is the second option. Question number 24, megaspores are produced from megaspore mother cell after. In ovule, diploid mass of the tissue is the nucellus, and one of the cell in the nucellus in the center act as archisporial cell. This archisporial cell act as the megaspore mother cell. So, one megaspore mother cell formed in each ovule. That one megaspore mother cell after one meiotic division produces 4 haploid megaspores which are linear, that is a linear tetrad. Out of these 4 megaspore, 3 degenerate, 1 become functional. That functional megaspore undergoes 3 generations of mitotic division and 7 mitotic division that produce 7 celled 8 nucleate embryo sac. What do you call it? Is monosporic embryo sac. So, first cell of the female gametophyte it is megaspore. Last cell of the female gametophyte it is the female gamete, that is egg cell. And last cells of the sporophyte which are megaspore mother cells which are diploid. So, right option it is the first option, meiotic division. Question number 25, syngamy occurs outside the body of the organisms in majority of the algae and fishes, the syngamy occurs outside the body, that is in the water. The syngamy occurs outside the body in water, that requires the great synchrony between the maturation of the sexes and release of the gametes, and it is easily vulnerable to the predators in external fertilization. So, in first option it is the fungi in which it is internal fertilization, the mosses in which also internal fertilization, the female sex organ it is archegonium, and in case of algae it is external fertilization, And in case of the FENS, that is internal fertilization, the female sex organ archegonium is present. So, right option it is third option. Question number 26. Animal vectors are required for pollination in first option maize. Maize, it is having monoecious flower, both male and female sex organ present on the same plant. Male flowers having, that is the tassel, the inflorescence. Female flowers, it is the cob. So, long silky styles with stigmas present, which requires wind as a pollinating agent in maize. Second option Vallisneria. Vallisneria is a dioecious sporophyte. Male and female plants are separate, in which the pollination occurs on the surface of the water. What do you call it? Is epihydrophily. And third, mulberry. In this inflorescence, it is a catkin inflorescence, and it is also pollinated by it is the wind. And fourth, it is the cucumber. The cucumber, it is pollinated by it is the zoophily, that is animals. So, right option it is the fourth option. Question number 27. Which of the following statement is correct? Sporopollenin can withstand high temperature but not strong acid. The sporopollenin is a fatty substance, organic substance present on axine of the pollen grain. It can resist the temperature, enzyme, acidic as well as alkali conditions. That is wrong. Second, sporopollenin can be degraded by the enzyme. That is wrong. No enzyme can degrade this sporopollenin. Third, sporopollenin is made up of inorganic material. That is wrong. Organic material, a fatty substance. Fourth, sporopollenin can withstand high temperature as well as strong acids and alkalis. That is why the pollen preserved even at the fossils because of sporopollenin. And this sporopollenin, it is interrupted here and there on axine by means of germ pores. The germ pores are unthickened circular areas on axine of the pollen grain through which the pollen tube comes out. Pollen tube formed by vegetative cell of the pollen grain. Pollen tube formed by which layer? That is intine layer. Pollen tube comes out through germ pore of axine. Pollen tube travels through stigma and style. If it travels through solid style, what do you call it? Is the transmission tissue. So, right option it is the fourth option. Question number 28. Albuminous seeds store their reserve food mainly in first option perisperm. The perisperm, it is unconsumed nucellus, the persistent nucellus. What do you call it? Is the perisperm. And the ploidy of the perisperm, it is the diploid, as perisperm is nutritive and endosperm is also nutritive. And perispermic seeds which are present in beet, pepper, nymphea and coffee seeds. And second, it is endosperm. The seed with endosperm, it is called endospermic seed. Without endosperm, it is called non-endospermic seed. So, in endospermic seed, albuminous seed, food is stored in endosperm. Endospermic seeds are present in monocot, but a monocot without endosperm, it is orchids. And the seed without endosperm, it is non-endospermic seed, otherwise exalbuminous seed. In exalbuminous seed, food is stored in cotyledons, and these cotyledons provide nourishment to seedling. Endosperm provide nourishment to embryo. So, right option it is second option, that is endosperm. Which of the following is not a property of the genetic code? The first option universal. Yes, genetic code is nearly it is universal. Non-overlapping. Yes, genetic code it is non-overlapping. No single nitrogen base of one codon, it forms the codon with adjacent nitrogen bases. That is, from starting fixed point 3 nucleotides read as 1 unit, that is 1 codon. So, the code it is non-overlapping. Third, it is ambiguous, that is wrong, the code it is non-ambiguous. A code specifies single and similar amino acid. One amino acid having more than one codon, but one codon specifies single and similar amino acid. GGG, that code for it is the glycine. GGU, that code for glycine. So, glycine having more than one codon, but one codon specifies one amino acid only, that is non-ambiguous. Fourth, degeneracy. Each amino acid having more than one codon, what do you call the property? It is degeneracy. And degeneracy related to third nitrogen base. And the degeneracy is not uniform. Some amino acids having only one codon, some amino acids having two codon, some amino acids having 3 codon, some amino acids having 6 codon. So, degeneracy is not a uniform, and degeneracy related to third nitrogen base, that is called Ubul base, discovered by Crick. So, right option it is third option. Question number 30. Genetic variation in population arises due to. Genetic variation are due to mutations as well as recombination, that is the crossing over, even in genetic engineering, somoclonal variations, all results in it is genetic variation. So, first option mutation only, that is wrong. Second option recombination only, that is also wrong. Third, mutations as well as recombination, which are both are responsible for genetic variation. So, right option it is third option. Question number 31. Which one of the following vectors is used to replace the defective gene in gene therapy? In gene therapy, defective gene is replaced by a correct gene by using vectors. Vectors first it made disarmed. Even in case of the genetic engineering, the recombinant DNA technology in case of the plants, Ti plasmid, tumor inducing plasmid, that tool it got modified. The tDNA, the tumor inducing DNA, it was deleted, in that place the foreign gene it is inserted. So, gene of interest be delivered to the plant cells by using a disarmed vector like it is the Ti plasmid after modification. Even in case of animals, that is the adenovirus, that is non-enveloped double stranded DNA virus which causes respiratory disease, which also made disarmed to deliver the gene of interest into the animal cells. So, right option it is the second option. Question number 32. Which of the following statement is not true about somatic embryogenesis? First option, a somatic embryo developed from somatic cell. Is the somatic cell in tissue culture which proceed the same embryogeny like that of the zygote and develop into what it is the embryo, what they call somatic embryo. Second, the pattern of the development of the somatic embryo is comparable to that of the zygotic embryo. Yes, whatever the method in which the zygote develop into embryo, the same embryogeny process occur in this, but it is from somatic cell, that is called somatic embryogenesis. So, it is a non-zygotic embryo. Third, somatic embryo can develop from microspores. So, somatic embryo, the word itself conveying its meaning that from that is somatic cells, not it is reproductive cells like it is the pollen grain, that is wrong. Somatic embryo is induced usually by an auxin such as 2,4-D. Is the auxins which are used in tissue culture experiment, the somatic embryo. So, right option it is third option. Question number 33. Genes of interest can be selected from genomic library by using the first option restriction enzyme. restriction engines which are molecular scissors or molecular scalpels which breaks phosphodiester linkages. So, in getting the DNA into fragments, the restriction engines are useful. Second, cloning vectors. Vector is a carrier. Vector is a DNA molecule which carries the foreign DNA to the host cell for multiplication. What do you call it is? The cloning vector. Third, DNA probe. A probe is meant to identify the desired gene, and this probe is radioactively labeled ssDNA or ssRNA, which is going to identify complementary DNA, and this probe is at least complementary to the part of the desired gene. So, it can locate the desired gene. It is radioactively labeled ssDNA or it is ssRNA. So, right option it is the third option, DNA probes. Question number 34. During the process of isolation of the DNA, chilled ethanol is added to. In recombinant DNA technology, in order to isolate the purified DNA, why to isolate the purified DNA? A restriction enzyme is going to act only on the DNA, but not on other components like RNA and protein. So, it should be made free from other cellular substances like proteins, RNA, carbohydrates as well as the lipid. So, first cell breaks open to release this DNA. So, lysozyme in case of the bacteria, cellulases in case of the plant cell, chitinases in case of the fungi, and plasma membrane lysed by using detergents, and by using proteases to digest the protein, lipases lipid, carbohydrases carbohydrates, and RNases RNA, and it is subjected to centrifugation, and by using chilled ethanol, fine threaded DNA precipitated out, and it is taken out by glass rod by stirring motion technique. What do you call it is? Spooling. As DNA is sticky in nature and it forms a spherical ball around the glass rod, what do you call it is? Spooling. So, chilled ethanol is used to precipitate the fine threaded DNA. So, right option it is the second option. Question number 35, RNA interference involved. RNA interference is a cellular defense, a nucleic acid based immunity in eukaryotic organism. This is also called the quelling, the gene silencing. In first option, synthesis of mRNA from the DNA, that is the transcription that involves the formation of mRNA. The enzyme it is RNA polymerase. Synthesis of cDNA from RNA by using reverse transcriptase. So, RNA dependent DNA polymerase, that is reverse transcriptase, the reverse transcription and discovered by Temin. Third, silencing of specific mRNA due to complementary RNA. Yes, the specific RNA, it is silenced by complementary RNA, and the source of the complementary RNA is by infection by virus having RNA genomes or using transposon, that is jumping genes. Cut and paste, illegitimate transfer of the DNA from one place to other place within the segment, within the genome. What do you call it is? The transposon. And copy and paste, that is called retransposons, replicated via RNA intermediate, that is the copy and paste. So, right option it is the third option. Question number 36, which of the following has maximum genetic diversity in India? Rice having maximum genetic diversity, that is having 2 lakh varieties of the rice in India alone. So, right option it is the first option. Question number 37. Select the alternative giving correct identification and function of the organelle A in the diagram. So, A in the diagram indicate that is mitochondria, that is powerhouse of the cell, in which oxidation of the food occurs yield more number of ATP, and number of ATP formed in mitochondria alone it is 36, and that ATP it is considered as energy currency of the cell. So, mitochondria it is the powerhouse of the cell concerned with aerobic respiration, and more number of the mitochondria are present in case of actively dividing cell. The cell exhibit active metabolism. So, right option it is the second option. Question number 38. Why is a capsule advantageous to a bacterium? In bacterium, the envelope it is a trilayered structure. That envelope consists of glycocalyx, cell wall and cell membrane. And the glycocalyx differ in thickness and composition. The glycocalyx it is loose, thin, what do you call it, the slime. And as it holds more amount of the water, it prevents the cell from desiccation and also helpful for attachment. If glycocalyx is thick, tough, what do you call it is capsule. And capsulated bacteria having advantage because it hide from human immune system. So, first option it allows the bacterium to attach it to surface, that is wrong. It protects the bacteria from desiccation, that is wrong, because the slime protects the cell from desiccation. Third, it provides the means of locomotion, it is not a locomotor structure it is the flagella. Fourth, it allows the bacterium to hide from the host immune system, is the right option. Fourth option is the right answer. Question number 39. Which of the following statement about enzymes is wrong? First option, enzymes require optimum pH and temperature for maximum activity. Yes, for maximal activity, optimum temperature, optimum pH it is required. Decline or acceleration of this temperature and pH, there is a decline in activity of enzyme. Different enzymes having same optimum temperature, but having different pH. Second, enzymes are denatured at high temperature. Yes, enzymes are heat sensitive because they are proteinaceous. The protein is a tertiary structure. High temperature is going to disrupt disulfide linkages, hydrogen bonding, hydrophobic interaction. Third, enzymes are mostly protein, but some are lipids also. That is wrong. Almost all enzymes are proteins. That means there are certain enzymes which are non-proteinaceous, which are nucleic acid enzyme. So, most of the enzymes formed by translation, that is the proteins, and some of the enzymes also formed by transcription, that is rRNA. 23S rRNA in prokaryote, 28S rRNA in eukaryote, that is ribozyme, that is catalytic RNA. Fourth, enzymes are highly specific. So, particular enzyme act on particular substrate. So, enzyme shows high specificity. So, right option it is third option. Question number 40. The figure shows a hypothetical tetrapeptide portion of a protein with the parts labeled A to D. Which one of the following option is correct? In a tetrapeptide, 4 amino acids are present, in which 3 peptide bonds are present. In A, it shows the serine, represented by it is S, the English alphabet, and B, it is sulfur containing amino acid, it is cysteine, represented by C, and C, which represent the tyrosine, that is aromatic amino acid, and D, extra carboxylic group is present, that is glutamic acid. So, second option D is the acidic amino acid glutamic acid. Question number 41. A stage of mitosis is shown in the diagram. Which stage is it and what are its characteristics? And this diagram, it shows a metaphase stage. In this, the two chromatids of one chromosome held at the equatorial plate, and spindle fibers attached to the kinetochore of the centromere of one chromatid facing one pole, other chromatid facing other pole. Here bipolar spindle apparatus is present. In animal cells, radiating asters along with spindle fiber that constitute spindle apparatus. And this metaphase is represented by two chromatids, one centromere, two kinetochores. So, it is chromosome moved to spindle equator of the chromosome made up of two sister chromatids is the right option, third option. Question number 42. The figure gives an important concept in the genetic implications of the DNA. Fill the blanks A, B, C. Genetic implications in the DNA, it made so clear after proposition of the replication of the DNA. A parent DNA is going to give the two daughter DNA, the two daughter DNA exactly similar to the parent DNA. So, it maintains genetic integrity, it is autocatalysis. The replication, it maintains genetic integrity, DNA to DNA. And DNA to mRNA, it is the transcription. DNA dependent RNA polymerase, that is transcription, the product it is mRNA. And whatever the genetic information loaded onto the mRNA, it is translated to make the protein, and this protein is going to regulate the metabolism. Such transcription and translation, it is heterocatalysis. So, DNA is highly stable, it maintains genetic integrity through autocatalysis and regulate the metabolism through heterocatalysis. And A proposed by Crick, B it is the translation, the protein is formed, C it is transcription, mRNA is formed. So, right option it is the first option. Question number 43. In an inducible operon, the genes are, first option always expressed, that is wrong, it is not always expressed. Second, usually not expressed unless a signal turns them on, it is right. It is usually not expressed unless a signal turns them on. And the rare inducer, it is the lactose, and this lactose, isomeric form of the lactose, that is yellow lactose, that becomes the real inducer. And whenever the yellow lactose that combines with the repressor protein become inactive. As it do not binds at operator, RNA polymerase accessible to the promoter transcribe ZY A gene. So, in presence of lactose, it is inducible. So, lac operon, it is the genes generally, it is usually not expressed unless a signal turns them on. The inducer, it is lactose, real inducer, it is yellow lactose. So, right option it is second option. Question number 44. Tissue culture technique can produce infinite number of new plants from small parental tissue. The economic importance of the technique is in rising. First option, variants through picking up somaclonal variation. So, variations are not usually created in tissue cultural plant. Whatever the progeny is obtained by culturing the tissues of the plant, the progenies are exactly similar to the parental plant in morphological and genetical constitution. The advantage is to raise large number of similar plants applicable to ornamental plant, medicinal plant, exotic plant, root yielding plant and different plants. So, what do you call it is micro propagation. Second option, genetically uniform population identical to that of original parent, that is the right option, second option. Question number 45, microbe used for biocontrol of pest butterfly caterpillars. Butterfly caterpillars are controlled by Bacillus thuringiensis, a bacterial based biopesticide, and it act on particular group of insect, Lepidopterans, Coleopterans and Dipterans. Lepidopterans, tobacco budworm, armyworm, and Coleopterans, it is the beetles, and Dipterans, flies and mosquitoes. So, it is species specific, and this Bacillus thuringiensis during particular phase of the growth, it produces inactive toxin, what do you call it is the protoxin, and protoxin become activated, the triggering environment lies in alkaline pH of the gut in larvae. So, that can act only on particular insect group, that is caterpillar larvas. And first option, trichoderma, that is a fungal based biocontrol agent. So, fungal based biocontrol agent is trichoderma, bacterial based biocontrol agent it is Bacillus thuringiensis, and viral based biocontrol agent it is nucleopolyhedrosis virus. So, right option it is third option, Bacillus thuringiensis. Thank you very much to all students. All the best. Crack the niche.